Yes, I got sheetrock mud up there now. See those dark lines? That's sheetrock mud. And then I spotted the nail heads. There's another band up there that I did. And then I also did all the way around the perimeter. Yes, all the way around the perimeter. Even another belly band right along there. You know, every step to this project is an important step. If you don't get this, if you paint without doing this, you're going to see all this stuff. Because remember, we're taking down the popcorn ceiling, and the ceiling underneath it has to be finished a little bit better. Every project's different. So you got to look at yours and see what you have to do. A little bit, little bit, little bit, and I got it done all by myself. And let's see, what's next? Go eat, that's what's next. You know, tomorrow after this dries all the way, then I'll sand all the new sheetrock mud that I put up there, and then I'll have to put primer on all of the spots that I did. Yes, then I can get into the finish paint. And if you don't think you have to do all these steps, just do your project and it's going to look really crappy when you get done. It's not going to look like a professional, and you're going to say, why did I do this? I thought I could get this done in a weekend, and I just couldn't do it, and I got the place all dirty, and I didn't put the plastic up right, and I didn't put the craft paper down on the floor like Joe told me. I didn't have a construction light, and I used blue masking tape, and I didn't use regular masking tape, and you know, on and on it goes. You want it to look like a professional when it gets done, and I'm not a professional at sheetrock work, at painting, at removing popcorn ceilings, but you know what? I can do it, and I know the different steps. So all you got to do is follow me, an average Joe, and you can do it too. Now see, that's where the ceiling fan was. Don't think about leaving your ceiling fan up. That would have been a nightmare. Now can you see also that it's all in the prep, baby? I put all that plastic up, and I had a game plan, and the plastic is still up. And it's dusty in here. It's really super dusty. That's why you've got to leave your plastic up, because we sanded, and now we've got to do some more sanding. And when we get ready to do the painting, we're protecting everything that's in this room and the walls and all that kind of stuff. Okay? Stick around. I've got more to show you. Yeah, you're probably wondering, hey Joe, how come you didn't show us how to put the sheetrock mud up? Well, if you know anything about my videos, you go to my main channel and look through the playlists, and I probably have, I don't know, 75 videos or more on just how to put sheetrock mud up, how to skim it, how to float it, how to sand it, all different kinds of things. So peruse through there and take a look and see how it's done. Well, it's the next day, and I'm gonna do some sanding up there. All your new sheetrock mud, you gotta sand that smooth before you put some primer on there, some Kills primer, what I put on there before. Now, some project like this, I don't want you getting inundated, overwhelmed, or anything like that, thinking this job is too big for you and getting frustrated. Hey, you just do this one step at a time. Think of it as mini projects, M-I-N-I, mini, small little projects, 10 little, small little projects instead of one big gigantic project that you just don't know how you're gonna get taken care of, okay? That's how you're gonna get through with this. Now, we're done with all the sheetrock mud, so I can mark that off my list. I can clean up, scrape off my blades here, and put those in the other room. At least I don't have to do that anymore. Then I'll get ready to sand. I don't want to have too much stuff in my way. And if you notice, see, there's some dark areas here where the mud was, see? Well, those little parts right there aren't dry yet. They're not 100% dry. And overnight, I would have thought they would have been dry by now. But see, those I'm going to have to let dry a little bit more. So when I run the sanding pole over those little areas right there, I'm going to have to be real careful with that. And at least I can sand everything else, and I can go in the other room and sand that. And while that stuff's drying, I can still sweep the ceiling down. I can also pull the primer out, and I can cut in all the way around this perimeter again. Remember, I put sheetrock mud around the edge of this, 3 inches all the way around the edge. I can go ahead and cut that in, can I? I can do everything except get the roller out. And in fact, I can get the roller out and I can spot prime all the nails and everything, you know, that looks like it's dry. I can go ahead and do all that, and I'll be able to tell after this dries which areas still need primer, because it's going to be a different color. Okay, so I can still keep working. Don't just sit here and say, oh, I can't do anything, it's still wet, I guess I just wasted a day. No, in sequence, think about your project and let's get her done. If I had a nickel for every time I've gone up that ladder and down that ladder, I'd be a rich man. That's just how it is with the ceiling 14 feet tall. Okay, I've got all the sanding done, and boy, you know, if you see any wet spots on your sheetrock mud, don't kid yourself. Don't think, oh, I'll just sand everything else and I'll sand real lightly over that, because it just doesn't work. I knew better, and I messed up a couple little spots, and I put a little bit more mud up there, and I just finally gave up and said, you know what, I just have to wait until everything is 100% dry. It was gumming up my sandpaper too, and it went so much easier after that dried. So I had to wait quite a while, and you'll be able to tell when it's all dry. Okay, so every step an important one when you're taking down popcorn ceilings? Yes. Okay, so then I've got up there and sanded, I brushed everything down, and if you've noticed, we got a white ceiling. That's because I primed all of the areas around the edges and the belly bands and the nail holes, the nail spots, and all of that. Okay, and after I did that, you see how white it is around the edge? About 3 inches, 3.5 inches all the way around. Yes, I just got up there with a little throwaway paintbrush and cut in the first coat of finished paint. And I'm ready to start rolling this. And I'm going to use a mini roller. It's way easier when you're up over your head, and you can do it with one hand, sometimes holding on to the ladder. And you just do a little bit at a time, little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit. And if I didn't have my construction light, my handy construction light here, yes, that has been a lifesaver. Everything I've used has been a lifesaver. You see, just something like that. And I'm going to get up there and start rolling the first coat of paint, okay? Little by little, you'll get there, one step at a time. You can do it. Well, I got that room painted, that little ceiling. Time to get busy with this big ceiling. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.